Down behind the mountain, it's just chilly as heck. So I honor you. I raise my hands to you for your tough, thick blood. So our next speaker is Roxanne Charles George. Yeah! Roxanne Charles is a mixed media artist of straight Salish and European descent. She is an active and proud member of the Semiahmoo First Nation in Surrey, British BC, where she promotes art, language, and culture. Roxanne is a contemporary storyteller whose goal is to touch, move, and inspire others through her work. Join me in welcoming Roxanne to the mic. Yeah! Woo!
OCM Achalachasiyam, Roxanne Sitsanatsiyam. I would just like to acknowledge the Three Nations for allowing me to speak here on your territory. And just to share a little bit about me, I'm a proud Semiahmoo woman, a granddaughter, a mother, a grandmother, and that's one of the reasons that I'm here today, is to protect what's right behind us, this water. This water has sustained us for thousands of years. The Semiahmoo people used to have one of the richest reef netting sites in North America, with a fleet of over 300 canoes. That was sustainable fisheries that lasted us many generations. And my people went down to just a handful of people with the exploitation of this land. The systemic violence has gone hand in hand with our resource exploitation against Indigenous people since the formation of Canada. So I just want to acknowledge that and acknowledge the ancestors that are standing here with us today and what they had to witness in their lifetime. Today, before I got here, often my partner, Will George, and I will go down to the water. And that's some of our teachings too, is to introduce yourself to the water. So before I came up here today, I went down there and I introduced myself to the water and I told them why I was here. I told them that I was here to protect that water, protect the water, to protect what's in the water, and that I acknowledge and respect that that is what has nurtured us for thousands of years. And so my concern is that that is at risk. So I have some things just that I want to share with you. I too, when I got up this morning and heard the announcement, was very disappointed. And I just want to acknowledge that that is a direct violation of the United Nations Declaration on Rights of Indigenous People, which Trudeau promised that he would be supporting. So just acknowledging that. I want to also acknowledge that the land we stand on today used to be a vast rainforest. That this was heavily exploited for forestry, and that forest industry inflicted violence on the people of this territory. So acknowledging that and our murdered and missing women, and how this goes hand in hand. Also acknowledging at the extinction of a lot of our Indigenous food supplies. And I would say that we can all see the state of the wild salmon right now, and that's something we can't afford to lose. So I would say that we're at a point right now when we must do everything in our power to protect the little resources that we have left. The resources that have sustained us since time immemorial. And I want to thank you all for joining us today. I want to also thank you very much for not being complacent. Enough is enough. I want to invite all of you who are watching to join us, because this fight is just beginning.
Yes, it is.
I have some closing words. They're not my words. They're words of a great man, one of the greatest fighters of his time. I just want to share them with you. Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in a world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact. It's an opinion. Impossible is nothing. Muhammad Ali. in telling you this pipeline will not be built.
All right. And Roxanne just got married. She's married. Will George is going to speak shortly. So let's hear that for her wedding. Yeah.